Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Eternal all of you, and welcome after this powerful power manifestation. And a lot of participants have taken part and shared their revelation on the power manifestation. So, yes, thank you all for being a part of the power manifestation, and understand every time that you manifest the power, it is your time to be in oneness with Paramashiva. Okay, so with this,
Yes. Now, after this beautiful darshan and power manifestation, let us enter into yet another powerful revelation of the cognitions, cosmic cognitions from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Love is the gateway to consciousness. Now, Swamiji has given us the multiple ways how we can expand and realize the ultimate power of consciousness. And in this segment, we'll be hearing how love is the ultimate key to unlocking the powers of consciousness. We'll be listening to powerful cognitions about how love can be the channel, can be the medium through which we attain the ultimate about all of ultimate powers of consciousness. So let us now come back to the space of listening and listen in to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyanaanda Paramashivaham.
You have to do. Just listening, just reading is not going to work. You have to internalize it. You have to digest it. Because reading the menu card is not going to fulfill your hunger. Only eating is going to give you the fulfillment. Let us enter into the technique itself. Please close your eyes. Sit in a very relaxed way. Neither expect next moments, the future in your life is going to be pain, nor expect it is going to be pleasure. Just be in this moment. Any thought which happens in your mind will only be expectation about pain or pleasure. Relax from both the thoughts and just be in between. whenever your mind slips into the thoughts which may create pleasure or pain, bring it back. The response. Remind yourself. Get back to the beginning. Being relaxed in the center. Relax. I am speaking on all these techniques so elaborately to bring them back to life and put it on record so that for future it is preserved and for seekers it is available to practice. Try any one technique which clicks with you, you will see the ultimate truth. Let you achieve and radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Here the sutra which Shiva says, look lovingly at some object. Do not go to another object. Here in the middle of the object, let the blessing happen to you. You see, you do not even have to choose a deity. You can choose anything with which you feel connected. If it is Coca-Cola bottle, okay. But the problem is, with Coca-Cola bottle, you will have only lust, not love. When you see that bottle, you will think only what I can get out of it. Understand? Looking with love and looking with lust are two different things. When you see a beautiful man or woman, when you look, you only look what I can get out of that person. Then it is looking with lust, not with love. Love means what I can add to that person. What way I can be of some help to that person. If you decide or think of adding something, then it's looking with love. The moment you see and you start calculating what I can get out of that person, it is looking with lust. Understand? Looking with love, looking with lust, two different things. Here Mahadeva says, not only two different things, diametrically opposite. Diametrically opposite. Here Mahadeva says, look lovingly at some object. If you use the divine objects, it is lot more easy because the possibility of lust is less. Possibility of love is more. From the young age you are taught to look with a love and respect. So it is easy to connect. It is easy to relate. Have any one deity or the photograph of the God or Guru. Try to look with a deep love without moving to the other object. Understand? That is the main. That is the basic thing. Do not move to the other object. The moment you start jumping to the other object, you are tired of this object. The love has disappeared. Understand? As long as love is there, that object is unique, not number. Not number. For example, if you are just a worker, maybe a clerk or a attendant, just a clerk in the office, if you die, nothing will stop. Somebody else will come, replace you. The job will continue. Life will continue. You are just an utility, number, figure, that's all. But if somebody is in love with that same clerk, if the clerk dies, that person will never be again the same. Wherever you are just a number, even if you die, that mechanism will not suffer. Wherever you are in love with some object or person or somebody is in love with you, you become unique. Naturally, your death cannot be replaced. That person will miss you. That person's life will never be the same again. Love makes things unique. Love makes things unique. The other day, we were having an energizing ceremony here in the temple. All the Swamis, all of us are sitting and before preparing for the ceremony. One disciple, she asked me, Swamiji, every day you are seeing us. All our mistakes, confusions, are you not bored by us? It was a very honest question. Because they know if sometime I tell them, do some new mistake, I will be entertained. Not the same mistakes. Because even to commit new mistakes, you need intelligence. She was asking that, don't you feel bored? I told, just because of my very love, I feel everybody is unique. Understand? I do not look upon the devotees or disciples as number. It is unique. That is why with so much of patience, I continue to work with everybody. If it is just a number, forget about it. Next person will do the work. Over. Devotees or disciples are not number for me. Because of my love for them, they are unique. Everybody is unique. Of course, I never miss anybody just because of complete fulfillment. But otherwise, everybody adds something. Everybody is welcomed, is expected, is needed, is wanted, is required to be here. Every individual is unique. Same way, when you are in love with the Master, he is needed, he is unique. When that love is not there, one more Swami, we can go to the other Ananda. What is there? If you just type only Nityananda, at least 2,200,000 websites are opening. Just Nityananda. If you type Swami Nityananda, I don't know how many million websites will open. And if he is not, then some other Swami, that's all. If you are a number, you can be replaced. If the love, element of love comes to play between you and the other person, you are no more a number. You are unique being, irreplaceable. Unique being. Love adds life even to the person. With love, the person is a spirit, life. Without love, the person is reduced to a thing, utility. Without love, when you look at somebody, a beautiful man or woman, and planning for what I can get out of that person, you are reducing him to a thing, not as a being, as a spirit. Only when you look at that person with a love, he is a spirit, he is a living being. When that love is not there, he is a thing. That is why, whenever people look at you with a lustful eyes, you feel repulsive. It looks ugly. You just cover yourself. You just hide yourself. You want to move out of that place. Whenever somebody looks at you with a deep love, you just feel like being around that person continuously. Even if you get only one glimpse, one eye contact with him, you will be waiting for it. You will be just waiting for that one contact. Just waiting for that one glimpse, one look. It's a love which adds value to the uniqueness. Another one incident, at least with that Krishna incident which I said, it was a deity. It was a carved Krishna Murti. That is okay. There is another one small incident happened. I was traveling, I don't know which place, maybe around the area of Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra. There was one small tree, and under the tree the 3 bricks which is used for construction is kept with turmeric powder applied on it and some puja being done. Usually in the evening time when I rest, I'll search for some brick for the head to keep the head and lie down. I saw that area, nobody was there, just the 3 bricks were there. And I did not know that it was being worshipped by some villager as a deity. And I just picked up that brick and put it for my head and lie down. And really, in 10 minutes, one village guy, elderly person, is running towards me. His house was maybe 1 mile away. He ran towards me. And when he came near me, I understood I am a sadhu. Because I was a sadhu, he did not beat me. He told, do you know, this is Shiva, I worship. He appeared in my dream and told that you are lying on him. Truth, really. Understand? So that's why I came here. And he brought a small pillow. That's another one beautiful thing. He brought a pillow. Lie down on this pillow and leave him there. Put that murti back. From 1 mile, he was lying down in his home. He says, I had a dream. Shiva told me that one sadhu is lying on me, take that. And he brought the pillow and told me to put the brick that side. We don't know who all are having connection to what all. Just this deep love for that ordinary brick, which is used for construction, can create a telepathy power in him. Understand? I read an article. American Army is trying to develop telepathy power to use during the war times. They are doing some research and development to use this telepathy, sending message through the mind. Understand? Ordinary villager, just its love for a brick. Of course, I'm afraid to use the word brick again now. He may get a... I don't think he is dead. Only that elderly lady was dead. I don't think he is dead because I never tried to trace him also. Anyhow, just simple love to the ordinary looking brick can create such a deep telepathy connection between him and Mahadeva. Then understand, between him and Shiva, this ordinary brick is acting like a cell phone. You can't imagine the way in which that guy ran towards me and the way in which he was shouting at me. Just because I'm a sadhu, he left me. Otherwise, I would have had the puja. The puja from him. Just I want all of you to understand the power of love. The power of simple love. It was a simple love. And actually during British time, all the milestones in the Indian highway used to be yellow painted. There was a big problem because from next day all the local villagers started worshipping all the milestones. No, really. Then they changed the color and changed it to green paint. Because for Indian villages, nothing is needed. Just a clear some shape is enough. Everything is God for us. Everything is God for us. Let me describe this incident that may throw a deeper light for you. It was a very intimate discussion between me and one of my enlightened disciples. Maybe, if you're new, you should know. Few of my disciples had the fortune and had the enlightenment experience. Not only had, of course, enlightenment once happens, it stays with you. He was asking me, Swamiji, after this experience, whatever books I read, many points I can say are my experience, but many points are not my experience. How can I understand whether I am fully enlightened or not? Or how is that points? Are they right or wrong? There is a very beautiful incident in Ramana Maharshi's life. I quoted and gave him the answer. Understand, this one incident can completely open up and give you a new click or new glimpse towards the truth. Ramana Maharshi says in his teaching, when in his conversation, I never read any spiritual literature or the literature related to spiritual knowledge except one or two books before enlightenment. He says, I achieved the Brahmajnana without knowing the word Brahman. And after I achieved the experience, when I was going through the books, I was able to clearly experience whatever is written is my personal experience. This was the discussion he was doing. Later on, some disciple asked him, Bhagavan, how can every word written in that book can be your personal experience? He was bringing up some point in that book. It is written like that, some traditional book. Enlightened masters can do all this. But in your experience, you are not doing all that. Some materialization or miracles. Bhagavan says, when I say all those things are part of my experience, my inner space is so vast, I can see very clearly, including materialization, everything can happen. It is not necessary that I should do it and show. But in my inner space, I can see very clearly it can happen. Understand? If you have the clear confidence and feeling, yes, I can see the divine. It can happen in me. I have such enough inner space and love. Be very clear. Already you passed that state. You passed that much. You can now start the next level. You can now start the next things. You don't need to sit there and prove. Sitting there and proving is only needed as long as you have doubt. You have doubt. Bhagavan says very beautifully, I am very clear. The materialization can happen inside my inner space. I can very clearly do. That is the reason. I don't have to prove myself or to prove to others that I can do. I asked him, do you have that clarity? He said, yes. I do. I am very clear. I can do it. Only thing I do not, the feeling is not coming up strongly from the navel center. That any thought has to come from the navel center, only then you will be able to execute. That is not happening. But the possibility is there inside the body. I can feel very clearly. My nerves are saying it is possible in me. See, your nerves will never tell lie to you. Your mind will tell lie to you, but never your body. Your nervous system will never tell a lie to you. Your nervous system can never tell false things to you. He said, I am very clear. I can do that. Then that's all. You do not have to prove. Understand, when you have this love, your inner space will become such, there are many things you will not ask to be proved. You will not asking for the clear logical reason. Suddenly you will just feel connected. That's all. People who cannot experience, understand the space of being in love with the Master cannot understand the truth. That's why I always tell, we are not cult, we are a culture. Understand, there is a big difference between these two. There is a big difference between these two. When you are in deeply love, you will see the uniqueness of the truth. And everything will become alive, reality to you. And you will see every step you take in your life feels ecstatic, feels joyful. I cannot imagine from 1 mile somebody running with a pillow saying that you are sleeping on my God. Understand the strong telepathy connection. With an ordinary brick, I am sure nobody saw and called him in cell phone. Because those days there was no cell phone in the villages. And surely nobody can see and go and tell him. And if somebody went and told him, he would have only brought the stick, not the pillow. But he brought the pillow. He says, Shiva told me, you are lying on him, you have the pillow and leave him, put him there, back in his place. Love can create such a deep connection, and it can open up many dimensions in you. It can awaken many possibilities in you. So, understand this technique. You can try. Even in this next gap, you will have a small break. Every day we will see 2 sutras. 2 sutra, and a small break. We will have even this small break. Try to go and sit in front of any one deity which you really love, or any other object which you really feel loving. Sit in front of it. Look very deeply, lovingly. Just become look. Let your consciousness be completely centered on your eyes. Let your hand, leg, body, everything lose its very existence. Let you forget about all those things. Let everything disappear. Let you just become eyes. Look deeply, with a deep love for few minutes without jumping into the other object. If you jump to other object, come back. Get back. And just sit with a deep love, completely in a relaxed way. You will see a very deep silence, very deep bliss, very deep blessing starts coming out of your system. You need to understand one more thing. All techniques can lead only to peace. When the peace settles inside your system, bliss will explode. Do not expect the bliss which is being expressed or shown in my body language. Meditation will lead you only to peace. And when the peace settles inside your system, when your nerves are cleaned, when your nervous system is cleaned by the peace, the settling peace, the bliss will explode. You will start expressing the bliss which is expressed in the master's body language. Try this meditation technique with any one deity, with a deep love and silence. Let the blessing happen to you. Let the blessing happen to everyone. Let me read the sutra. O beloved, put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between this, let you achieve the truth. This is the one more sutra. Does not need to be practiced at particular time. These are Nitya Sutras. Means this should mix inside you as a juice. These should be like understanding. It has to be internalized inside you. It should become part of you. And it should become eternal practice in you. Nitya Sutras. I can classify the Shiva Sutras into 3 categories. Nitya Sutras. Once you understand and internalize, then that is enough. Every day it will start practicing itself. Nothing else is required. The second, Dhyana Sutras. You need to understand and practice at a special particular time in your life. Third, Ananda Sutras. Just very understanding. You are liberated. Just very click. You will feel that openness. You are free. This sutra is Nitya Sutra. Just you need to understand, internalize, then it will naturally become part of you. Your very being will start expressing itself. This same understanding. Put attention neither on pleasure or on pain, but between these. Continuously, either you expect pain or pleasure in the next coming moment. You constantly think, what next? And immediately, if I do that, what am I going to get? Whether it is going to bring pleasure or going to bring pain. What is it going to bring? What is it going to do? How am I going to handle it? Either you visualize pain or you visualize pleasure. Mahadeva says, do not visualize pleasure or pain, just be. Again, one more technique to throw you back to the center. Throw you back to the present moment. Actually, to tell you honestly, all 112 technique can be expressed in one word, be unclutched. But we are not so intelligent to listen one word from one master once and then be unclutched. So I have to add the same thing, be unclutched, be unclutchedly unclutched. And unclutching is the ultimate unclutching. The clutching is not the useful thing. These are the 112 sutras, that's all. That is the truth, nothing else. I have to use so many words to remind you constantly, that's all. Actually, it is like driving the teaching into your head. Exactly the same thing which I was speaking yesterday. Balancing between rajas and tamas. That same thing Mahadeva is expressing in a different way, in a different expression. Do not put your attention on pain or pleasure. See, yesterday, what the technique which I was talking is, if you can catch the glimpse of that, how your body feels when you are having rajas. If you catch the glimpse, how you feel agitated during rajas, then that technique is for you. If you are not able to catch, there are some people, even if you sit 10 times in roller coaster, you will not be able to catch how the rajas is activated in your system. They will be so dull in the self-diagnosing methods. Even if they say they have stomach pain, it means they have a headache. Now, sometime in Ayurvedic system, doctors will not believe what you say. They will directly diagnose. Just like how the animals are treated. They will directly diagnose. Because you lost connection with the nature. You lost touch with the nature. You lost touch with your own body. So if you are not able to find out the imbalance of rajas or tamas here, at least you can find out based on your mental emotion. I think that will be a lot more easy. Finding out whether you are caught in the pain visualizations or pleasure visualizations. You are continuously expecting next going to be pain or pleasure. Usually we expect only pain. We don't expect pleasure. Very rarely we may expect the pleasure. Mahadeva says, put your attention between this, means in this moment. You need to understand one important thing. Actually, when you are in this moment, you will have only experiencing. There will not be any title attached to that experience as a pain or pleasure. You will be able to attach a title to that experience as pain or pleasure only when you compare with your past experiences. Means you already moved into past. If you are in this moment, you will have only one thing, a strong, intense experiencing. Like the whole cosmos moving. Because your chairs are stable, you forget this whole earth is moving. There is an intense activity happening in this moment, in the planet, in the whole cosmos. If you relax into the present moment, you will see your life is nothing but experiencing. Only when you slip into the past, you will call that as an experience of pain or pleasure. Even you addressing something as pain Our pleasure is nothing but slipping into the past. Come back and just sit. You will see so much of experiencing is happening in your system. Every breath going inside and becoming part of your blood and becoming energy, prana, life force for the parts of your body. It's a huge experiencing. It is happening. It is constantly happening. I tell you, just come down to that experiencing. Means the life permeating you, life penetrating you, life flowing through you. You will see what you call as pain or pleasure is too small, petty, negligible. You'll suddenly see life is experiencing, not just experience. Put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between these two, let you catch the truth. If you stop your mind moving towards pain or pleasure, it has to fall into bliss. No other way. There is no other space to go about. Suddenly you will see it falls into the peace and bliss. Nothing else needs to be done. Just for few moments, decide not to let the mind go to pain or to the pleasure, just to the center, just to the bliss. The moment you stop these two movements, automatically it will fall into bliss. Actually, one reason why the Shiva Sutra has not become so popular like other scriptures, because it gives too many wide variety of options and techniques. The branding was very difficult. Usually, if it is one particular thing and 10,000 people are talking about it, it will become very popular. Easy for selling, branding. But here, Mahadeva has not created this book for selling. He has expressed all the great truths he discovered through his research and development. Every experience, he has verbalized it and spelled it out. He just decided, in future, whoever wants to take up one line, one sutra, and create a tradition and philosophy, let them do. Here I am expressing the whole encyclopedia. This book is actually Encyclopedia of Enlightenment.
So go beyond the pain and pleasure and find yourself in the center. And Swami says that pain and pleasure are so negligible when the life flows through you, radiates through you. Whatever pain and pleasure that we feel is so important in us, in our lives, we just stick to some pleasures, or when pain is there, we just want to discard it. We go through so much. When the life flows through us, it becomes negligible. That's why Shiva gives techniques to go beyond the pain and pleasure.
Yes, and now we're going to enter into another beautiful technique, a process that is being guided by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where from sound, how silence can be achieved. Starting from sound or through sound, how the ultimate silence can be achieved. This is going to be a guided process with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So let us come back to the space of listening and listen to yet another profound process as revealed by Swamiji.
I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today we are entering into a very beautiful subject. Today's subject is from sounds to silence. Yesterday, Mahadeva was giving us a technique, method to go beyond, to enter into the samadhi, enlightenment from visualizations. See, the ultimate experience, the ultimate truth is beyond forms and sounds, beyond form and name. You can take quantum jump into that formlessness, namelessness, from form or from name. Form or a name can be a jumping board to jump into that ultimate consciousness. Yesterday's technique was how to take a jump from form. That is why he was teaching us how to stop seeing an object with eyes from outside, then how to stop seeing an object in the inner space without eyes. Two things. Stopping the seeing process in the outer world, all of you know. He guided us slowly from that step to the next step, stopping seeing the object in the inner space also. Today, Mahadeva is guiding us from sound to soundlessness. Yesterday he was teaching us from form to formlessness. Today he is giving us the technique from sound to soundlessness. Very powerful methods. One reason why this book did not become so popular, like a normal religious scriptures, because this book is really serious about enlightenment. Understand, people are very happy to talk about meditation, but never want to sit. It became one more fantasy, one more fashion. It became one more fashion to talk about meditation and to buy all the things necessary for meditation, a book or a kit or a yoga mat, and trying to book a resort, trying to get everything. Really, sometimes I am surprised because the amount of material getting sold to our organization, if everybody meditates in planet Earth would have become so positive long before. The amount of book I am selling, even if 10% of the people reads that books, long before the planet Earth would have become filled with positive energy. No need to be afraid of global warming. So the global warming is nothing but collective negativity, insensitivity to the nature. Why we become insensitive to nature? The moment ego comes, you become insensitive to the nature. There was a beautiful story I was reading about a poet. This guy says in the young age, he used to go and play with the wild animals near his homes, near his house. His father used to warn him that he should not go and play with the wild animals because they may disturb him. But he used to just run away and be with them. He says, when I become self-conscious, means afraid that there is a possibility they may disturb me, they will never come near me. The communication never happened. The relationship never happened. But whenever I had the courage or the very playful mood, whenever I don't have that fear, self-consciousness, the communication, the relationships used to be so strong. I felt very clearly, they are connecting with me, I am connecting with them. Understand? when your ego becomes strong, connecting with the nature is disturbed. In my own life, there's a beautiful incident which has taught me a lot. I was sitting in a very relaxed mood one evening in a forest. My eyes are open, but I was not seeing anything. There was no information going inside and getting processed. There was a snake lying in front of me, just 3 feet in front of me. 3 feet was the distance between me and that snake, cobra. At least 6-7 feet long cobra. Because the eyes are not processing any information, there was no fear inside. I was just sitting, and the cobra was also so relaxed, comfortable. Suddenly I saw, slowly my mind came down to a normal plane. I had a thought, oh, there is a snake. And the next thought, I should move out. The moment the thought snake came in my inner space, I saw very clearly the snake felt that I am a man. Till I felt this is a snake, the snake never felt I am a man. Till I felt the fear, the snake never felt threatened by me. Neither I had fear nor the snake had fear. But the moment I had the fear, it's not that distance has become less, or I moved or that snake moved, nothing. Just the thought snake. The snake started, I was very clearly able to feel in the snake's inner space there was a disturbance, restlessness. The moment I had the thought I should move, the fear, immediately the snake also felt the same insecurity, threatened. Immediately the snake started moving, even before I started moving. Both of us started moving. The moment your verbalization comes inside, the moment your words, your mind comes inside, the whole juice of the life is lost. Just innocent way of relating is lost. Just feeling connected is lost. That's one of the major loss which can happen to a human being. Understand? It's like a person who is born blind can never be made to understand what he is missing. Same way, the person who lost the way of communicating with the heart or the feeling can never be made to understand what he lost. It is very big thing to lose. All of us continuously think about meditation, but never want to get into it. Really, I feel that the amount of literature getting sold about meditation, the amount of accessories and the things needed for these practices getting sold, I don't think people are practicing. It has become one more fashion to keep all kinds of spiritual books in the home, the showcase, or just I am also a seeker. But Shiva is too serious. That is why he did not become popular. If he was giving a very mild things, just more and more ideas about meditation, he would have become popular. He was not just giving more and more ideas about meditation. He was insistent that you practice. He was insisting that you transform. That is where the trouble starts. If somebody just talks, it's very easy. You can sit and listen, go back and live your same routine. As long as the transformation is not demanded, you are very comfortable. But here, every line, every sutra, Shiva demands the transformation. Means a strong, clear, conscious decision to change the way in which you think and live. That is too much. That is too much. This book has no introduction. That is the beauty of this book. Means he is not preparing you philosophically. He is straight away dealing with you, whoever you may be, whatever may be your background, whatever may be your past. He is ready to talk to you. He is ready to relate with you. You see, introduction means what? Preparing the audience. He is not into that business. He is very straight. He is very clear. Straight away he opens the subject. He is not even talking about enlightenment, because he is too busy giving it. He doesn't have time to talk about it. He is too busy giving it. The beauty is, he is not a person from the marketing line. He is the person from research and development line. He is from research and development department, did not bother about marketing. The only book I can say which does not have Palashruti. Palashruti means the results which you will get. He doesn't talk, no Palashruti. All books will talk first about the promises. Here he is not giving any promise, straight away he is delivering the product. You should be very careful about these marketing departments. Small story. A guy died, reached Lord of Death, the court of the Lord of Death, Yama. And Yama said, you have done some good things and some bad things, some merit and some sins. So you can first enjoy the heaven, then go back to hell. Because the hell is eternal, you can't come back. He said, the Yama asked, you want first hell or heaven? Which one you want to choose? He said, just give me a tour of both. Then I'll choose which one I want to go. Yama said, you can go and come back, but if you choose the hell, you can't go back to heaven. If you choose the heaven, you can come back to hell. This guy said, just let me take a tour. He goes round, first he goes to hell, there he saw all celebrities singing and dancing. All the names he heard, they're all there singing and dancing, big partying is going on. He said, oh nice, this is the place I always wanted to be. But the people there said, okay, you can choose, but you can't go out. This guy said, alright, let me just have a look about the other side also and come back. Went to the other side and there he saw the old saints with a long beard sitting on their cloud singing that same and each one of them singing their own way. Somebody singing Rama, somebody Krishna, somebody Alleluia, something. Different things are going on. He said, no. This is not the place I want to be. Nothing much is happening. Let's go back. He went to Yama and said, I want only hell. Yama asked, are you very clear? Are you sure? He said, yes, only hell. He said, alright, go. The moment he entered the hell, suddenly new door opened and he fell. And he saw that real hell as it is portrayed in the scriptures. People burning, boiling, frying, the same scene. He got the shock. He asked the person who was there, what is this? Just an hour ago I saw the different scene and now this is different scene. That guy replied, oh, what you saw is our marketing department. Understand? The marketing departments can present anything into anything. They can present anything into anything. That is the problem. No, I always tell people, Vedic tradition, the beauty of the tradition, it does not have marketing department, it does not have think tank. No think tank, no marketing department. It is alive just because of its own purity and the strength of the truth. Still spreading, touching the cream of the crowd all over the planet Earth, without even having a single ritual or a recognition to convert. Traditionally, Vedic Dharma does not agree conversion. We don't have a ritual to convert. World's third largest religion, still surviving and thriving in this marketing age without any marketing department. No marketing. If you go to a traditional Vedic master, he will not even bother, even if you ask, he won't even convert you. There is no ritual to convert. Still there is no ritual to convert. Does not believe in conversion, does not believe in violence, does not believe in terrorism, does not even believe in marketing. Still alive just because of its own strength. This book is essence straight from that tradition, straight from that roots. This is from the person who spent all his energy in doing research and development. That is why he is only talking about the technique, method, system to transform. Does not have a big marketing department. At least in modern day, we all think about that little bit. In those days, they were never even bothered about it. And not only they did not have marketing department, there was a big concept of secrecy. Unless a disciple is qualified, you can't even teach, even if he is around you. It was the other way. Resisting, neglecting, rejecting. It was not going and catching all out, no. But fortunately, this tradition has kept the living stream of enlightened masters on the planet Earth. Even though it did not do marketing, fortunately, they kept the tradition alive, the science alive, the truth alive. The technology is kept alive. Let's enter into today's sutra. Then we'll understand how to internalize, how to experience what Mahadeva is talking about. Devi, imagine Sanskrit letters in these honey-filled awareness. First as letters, the more subtly as sounds, then as most subtle feeling, then leaving them aside, be free. Devi, imagine Sanskrit letters in these honey-filled foci of awareness. First as letters, the more subtly as sounds, then as most subtle feeling, then leaving them aside, be free. Because Shiva is talking to Devi, is saying Sanskrit letters. You can use even English letters, nothing wrong. Any language in which you think, but decide the language in which you think. Here Mahadeva is giving a beautiful technique. Before entering into this technique and understanding, let us understand few things about the inner chattering, verbalization, words. You go through so many different layers of conditioning in the so-called civilization. When you are brought up, you go through so many layers of conditioning. The first conditioning is language. That is why people die for their language. They think language is part of them. They don't understand. It is just a way or method to communicate. I have seen, especially in India, 18 accepted language. If you see the Indian rupee, you will see in 18 language it is printed, and around 300 language with script, more than 2000 dialect without script. I have seen fools dying for language, and these politicians also encouraging it just for the sake of politics. And language is just created to communicate. Of course, there are one or two language created for little higher purpose, better purpose. Not just to communicate a logical statement or a concept or a theory or a philosophy. They have created some languages to communicate particular kind of sounds. For example, Sanskrit is not just linguistic, it has got phonetic importance also. It is not created just to convey few sounds, it has developed to create certain kind of vibrations also. But even that is a language to help you to communicate, to help you to relate with. That's all. Even Sanskrit is created to communicate a particular science. Language is just utility. But when you start associating yourself with that particular language, you start creating a serious mistake or a serious danger to yourself and to others. I've seen people dying for words, just mere words. Still I have seen, still now, some parts of southern India, they wipe with the tar, with the some dark paste, the other language words. I was surprised. How could these fools do this? Language is just to communicate, and no need to have hatred or the vengeance towards some other language. But it is very easy to condition you based on language, because that is the first thing, first conditioning starts happening in you. When you address your mother just with a sound, it was a pure feeling. There was no word. But slowly, you learn from your mother the sounds and the common agreed meanings to that sounds. Understand? Language is nothing but an agreement made among a group of people. All of us have decided clock means this object, book means this object, that particular sound will mean this particular object. We all made a big agreement. Honestly, not even we all made. Hundreds of years ago, somebody made, and we are just swallowing it. Because it is very difficult to come upon with the new agreements every few years. Maybe few words we add. Now those words like a guru and all those words are already, they all have become part of English. Guru, avatar, yoga, all these words have become part of English. You assume that you take more and more words. It's nothing but a common agreement. We agreed that this word will mean this object, this idea. By and by, because the thinking speed is you, the thinking speed is so strong in you, you forget the language is just added to you. It is not part of you. You start thinking it is part of you because you never experienced a space without thinking. Because constantly you are thinking, you started thinking, thinking is part of you. That is the first layer of conditioning. First layer of conditioning is thinking or language. Once the language comes inside, now you are ready to be corrupted. Now you are ready to be conditioned. Now the whole drama starts. You will start behaving, you will start living like a normal man. God plus inner chattering is man. Man minus inner chattering is God. The moment inner chattering is added to you, you have become normal man. Conditioning is started. One by one. Original sin, the first sin is getting conditioned to a language. Here Mahadeva is giving us a beautiful technique to reclaim the original space, the space of relating with innocence. You see, when you are a child, see a child, how it relates. When it sees a flower, the whole body responds. The whole body expresses. Whole body just jumps in joy. A child will never laugh or smile only with mouth. The whole body will laugh. The whole body will be in joy, in ecstasy. When you are conditioned for language, you are localized. Your energy is localized. You are no more living, expressing. The whole thing is reduced just to a few things. Mahadeva is teaching us to come back to that innocence, that joy, that experience. It is beautiful to use words to communicate certain things. Even now I am using words to communicate. It is beautiful. But it is beautiful if you know how to relax from words also at certain points, at some time. But if you can't switch off that constant radio which is going on in your ears, it is not entertainment anymore. See, entertainment is entertainment if you can stop when you don't want. If you can start when you want. You can neither stop nor start, it just goes on. Then what it means? Mother-in-law. Not entertainment. Very difficult. You don't know when it will start. You don't know when it will stop. You are just caught. And it is going on and on and on. Entertainment means which is under your control. But if you are not able to stop, then it's a prison. In traditional language, we say as long as you have the freedom, you have the conscious decision, you have a choice, even the hell can become heaven. If it is not your choice, if it is forced on you, even heaven will be hell. That is why we say God gives you the freedom to be in bondage. He does not force enlightenment. Somebody asked me yesterday, Swamiji, if God is love and compassion, why He did not make all of us intelligent? See, He gives you the freedom to choose. He gives you the freedom to be in heaven or hell. That is the greatness. Because He is embodiment of love and compassion, He gives you that big freedom, the great freedom. If He was not embodiment of love and compassion, He won't give you the freedom. He gives you the option, freedom to choose. You can choose liberation or bondage. He doesn't force things on you. He expects you to have the freedom, to have bliss, choice, decision making, the power to will, sankalpa. Here, even this technique, going from words to wordlessness, first thing you need is being honest with your words. If you directly practice this technique, it won't help. Because now you are filled too much with a cerebral layer. Too much of lies. You are just a bundle of lies. Nothing but bundle of lies. That is why constantly you are suffering and struggling inside. You can't sit with yourself because so much of pus is coming out. Too much of smell. Why you can't sit with yourself? Why you are feeling so restless, constantly irritated? Whether you are in the bathroom or whether you are in the bedroom, you can't be just with yourself. You can't be with yourself. Your inner chattering is too much. Your entertainments are your TV, your entertainments are nothing but the body scent, perfumes which you use to escape from your own smell. Sometimes the smell becomes too much. You use perfume just to avoid your own body smell. Your entertainments are nothing but you trying to avoid the smell which is inside you. Your inner space is smelling too much. There is so much of lies created. And you are jumping from this corner to that corner, deciding whether to fulfill it or not. If you decide to fulfill, how to, what to, chaos. Just look into your life. All the disturbances is created by you consciously knowing that you are creating the words which you can't fulfill. You are taking up things knowingly, you can't go behind it. You are uttering the words, you are signing the documents knowingly, you can't fulfill it. Auspansky was fortunate enough, he met Gurdjieff and courageous enough to go with the Guruji's words to understand is just empty, filled with too many words, which he knows clearly is not the truth. If you are also fortunate enough, just sit and list the words. In how many places, to how many people, knowingly, you utter the words, knowingly you can't fulfill. You can't go behind it. You can't see the end of it. Forget about unknowingly what all you did. If you do knowingly the same mistake 10 times, the 11th time you will be doing it without even knowing that you are doing a mistake, because by the time that becomes a habit. That becomes a habit. Sannyas means being honest with your words. Understand? I am describing the word sannyas in Sanskrit. Nyasa means purifying, being honest. Sannyas means purifying your everything, being honest with everything. I always tell people, sannyas does not mean you need to leave your house. No. Sannyas does not mean you need to leave your wife. No. Sannyas does not mean you need to leave your life. No. If you just leave these lies, that's enough. But many times you will not understand. You have filled your life with the lies unless you move away from them. That is why sometimes I create a space where you need to move away from the things.
Yes, such a profound revelation and a beautiful definition of what sannyas is as well. Now we have come to the end of today's sessions. We had amazing, powerful cognitions revealed and initiation and direct darshan with Swamiji and power manifestation sessions. For all of these to be bolted within us and to become a part of us, don't miss the yoga sessions in the morning, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Do not miss the yoga session and make sure you're there and prepare yourself to receive the ultimate. So with that, we conclude today's sessions. Let us come together with deep gratitude to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN SRI NITHYANANDA PARAMASHIVAM, as we chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much, Nityanandam.
Yes, Nityanand.
Show you that you are filled with lies.